You were getting a car that is all heart, Dennis. A real trier. A car that does not know when it is beaten.
Yeah, OK, sir, OK.
1966 was a great year, Dennis. I tell you, this car is going to spoil you for ordinary motoring.
Look, Cyril, I said I'll have it, all right? There's no need to keep going on.
But bear in mind, Dennis, in view of the fantastic bargain you are getting, our normal after-sales warranty does not apply.
Understood. See you, Cyril.
What's Dodgy Dennis doing in our minx?
It is not our minx, Wes.
Of course it's our minx. I know the laws, Cyril. Once a car has been dumped on a tip, it belongs to whoever takes it off again.
Wesley, it is not our minx. Not anymore.
You don't mean... You haven't sold it? Not to Dodgy Dennis. It's impossible, he's too fly. And even if he knows nothing about cars, he definitely knows enough about you.
You just can't bear to admit that I'm an ace salesman, can you?
There's got to be a catch in it, Cyril. There's got to be. How much did you get for it?
Well, it's difficult to put an exact figure on it, Wes.
What? Why is it difficult?
Well, you know how things are at the present. Money's very tight. There's not a lot of actual cash about.
You did get money, Cyril.
Wes, I got something better than money.
Cyril, nothing in this world is better than money.
How can you say that? What about the blessing of good health? What about the love of a good woman? They say that's beyond rubies. Though beyond rubies what? I've never been able to...
Cyril, you're trying my patience.
All right, all right. This is what I got.
Books! For our minx. I know it won't go far, Cyril, but I was quite fond of that car.
No ordinary books, Wes.
The Monster Book of Crumpet. Now I understand. You got dirty books.
Do you mind? These are adult reading, Wes. Adult reading. Collector's items. Dodgy Dennis was dead reluctant to part with these. Luckily for us, he happens to have a cash flow problem at the minute.
You'll be having a blood flow problem in a minute.
Remember when you were telling me about these financial wizards who like to have a hedge against inflation? This adult reading, Wes, is our golden privet for the hard times ahead.
Cyril, diamonds is one thing. Old masters, yes. Vintage port, yes. Dirty books, no. Cyril, these books are no good.
Let's not bring models into this, Wes.
Well, when I say no good, I mean they're old-fashioned, the Victorian.
Old-fashioned? The Monster Book of Crumpet? with them colour photographs?
Yeah, and that's the only one. I mean, look at the rest. The Secret Life of Florence Nightingale. I was Queen Victoria's chambermaid.
Yeah, well, all right, they're a bit old. But, I mean, even in them days, they liked a bit of excitement.
They got excited easier, Cyril. Listen. With a delicious rustle, her silken draperies fell to the floor and she stood as nature intended.
Yeah, go on.
Then we made our oblations on the altar of Venus, goddess of love.
Yeah, what comes next?
A row of little stars. That's what comes next. That bit I've just read was the best bit in the book.
That Dodgy Dennis, he swindled me. Hey, Wes, what does this mean? Her peerless globes took my breath away.
Oh, what?
Peerless globes? I mean, you've knocked about a bit, Wes. What would they be?
Cyril, don't bother me. I am now going round to Albert Rudge's Bargain Mini-Mart on Rodney Street. He wants our singer. And unlike you, Cyril, I will not come back having sold a cow for a handful of beans.
Yeah, well, at least the bloke who sold a cow for a handful of beans got a big stalk to show for it.
These slogans you dream up, Cyril. I mean, take this one. Plenty of poke. But you can't get 20 miles per hour out of it.
That particular slogan refers to the car's previous history and usage, Mr. Stanley, not its speed.
What the hell does this mean, Cyril? As seen on TV.
That's genuine, that. It was in Z-Cars.
Z-Cars? Blimey, you're going back a bit.
Great episode, Mr. Stanley. These tearaways, joyriding, driving dead fast. It's another car, rolls over, down this embankment, blazing inferno.
Oh, God. And this is the car you're selling?
Oh, give me credit, Mr. Stanley. This is the other car. It's the car they collided. Look, Mr. Stanley, I'll be able to point you towards the right vehicle if I knew what sort of motoring you was interested in. I mean, is it your social, your domestic and pleasure? Or are you thinking more of your insurance fiddle?
Do you think I've gone balmy, Cyril? I wouldn't buy a car off you.
Oh, just a social call, eh?
No, it's business. But as your Wes is your agent, by rights I ought to be talking to him.
It's about my fees, Mr. Stanley. Me and our Wes was intending to renegotiate an increase.
Oh, I'm willing to renegotiate, Cyril. But you know how things are these days. Money's short. How would you feel if I were to suggest paying you in pies from now on?
Nice!
Highly nutritious, Cyril. The staff of life. And at the Blue Cockatoo, the life of my staff.
Hello there, Mr. Stanley.
Wes, tell him, Wes. He's talking about paying me in pies. You walking? Where's the singer?
Well, I told you Albert Rudge wanted a car, didn't I?
Great. How much?
Come here a minute.
There's cars here. How much you get anyway?
Well, Albert's like everybody else. He's a bit pushed for cash right now.
Wes!
It's wonderful stuff, this Dreadnought carpet cleaner. Fortune door to door. And the car towels, too. I got him to throw that in.
I ought to throw you in. The Albert Dock for preference.
I tell you, we can't miss. It's a great product, cleans anything. Here, Mr. Stanley, you know that stain on your office wall? Where Faye and her pals had that seance that time and her underarm deodorant exploded. Well, it shed that, definitely.
Fair enough. I'll take a bottle.
See? To you, Mr. Stanley, as a friend, special price, £1.
I'll give you 2 steak and kidney pies. That's my best offer. Take it or leave it.
You're not knitting baby clothes at all, are you, Glyn?
No, this is going to be a Christmas present.
Grace, what's it going to be?
Don't know yet. We'll see how long it gets.
Are you writing to, Wes?
Margaret Thatcher, ma'am. I'm just writing to warn her as a friend about the dangerous growth of Republican feeling in the local business community. It's so long since some people have clapped eyes on a pound note they've forgotten what the Queen looks like.
She comes from round here, you know.
Oh, the Queen.
You do talk stupid sometimes, thou, Cyril. They wouldn't ask anybody to be Queen that come from round here, would they? I'm talking about Margaret Thatcher.
I thought you come from Grantham.
Well, all I know is me and her were at school together. Her dad kept the corner shop on Neville Street. She used to have to help out sometimes in the shop, you know, things like putting extra soil in with the potatoes, jokes like that.
It's not the same Margaret Thatcher, ma'am.
I don't know, Wes. Sounds like her to me.
Well, anyway, Cyril, as Margaret Thatcher says, the recession will not just go away unless men of enterprise and zest give it a helping shove. Now, come on. It's time we was on the knocker with that carpet cleaner.
Saturday afternoon? You must be joking.
Anyway, me and Cyril had plans this afternoon.
Have we?
You remember? We're going window shopping for bedroom suites.
Oh, blimey, and I was looking forward to that. I'll have to go working. Aiming for us, Glenn. Piling up the pennies for that special, that unforgettable day. Come on, Wes.
You know, I've told Cyril I don't really mind about a big wedding reception, but he said, no, Glenn, you must have the full trimmings, no matter how much it costs, no matter how long it takes. He said, you'd only get married the once, Glenys, so let's do it right and not at all.
How does he mean you only get married the once? He's been married the once, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he must mean married the once to a particular person. I think he started a bottom drawer, you know, on the quiet. Because he smuggled a suitcase in last night, hid it in his wardrobe.
Oh, he must want it to be a surprise for you.
Yeah, I love surprises. I think I'll have a look while he's out. I bet it's baby clothes. Because he was worried in case that was what he was knitting, wasn't he? Yeah, it'll be baby clothes. So we'd be ready for that day when we first hear the little patter.
Little patter, Cyril. That's what you need in this game.
You're patronising me again, Wes. Just remember, I happen to be one of nature's salesmen.
You get too intricate, Cyril. You're too elaborate.
If you want a lesson in selling, Wes, just watch. Madam, I have good news for you. Our computer has just picked you out as a consultant for a sensational new product. This is one of the luckiest days of your life.
Excuse me, young lady, but is your mother at home?
Oh, Wes! Oh, dear, oh, dear.
You better come in.
these books are, Mrs. McGregor? They're all about pornography.
His best subject at school. The teachers used to say there was only that Angela Rippon could touch him.
It means dirty books, Mrs. McGregor. Nude and suggestive stories.
Oh, yeah?
What has he got, all these, Mrs. McGregor? Why? I mean, am I failing him in some way as a woman?
Ooh, I never knew you could do that. Not in this country, anyway.
And if he was going to get himself anything like this, he'd been better off with this straightforward instruction book. Hey, Mrs. McGregor, what are peerless globes?
Peerless globes? Oh, they're those old-fashioned gas lamps, aren't they? Are they?
Yeah, I think you must be right. The closeness of a peerless globe set him on fire.
Well, I'll say ta-ra now, love. Thanks for the tea. Oh, and the boiled egg. It was just right.
Three hours you've been in there. It doesn't bother you that we'll have missed the football results, does it? What were you doing anyway?
Don't be naive, Cyril. Anyway, what have you been doing sitting on this car twiddling your thumbs? Persistence, Cyril. That is the key to selling. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again.
Oh, it's it. And I got on the house in the finish.
Great, great. Did you sell us some carpet cleaner?
Not exactly.
What does not exactly mean exactly?
Well, I told her how good the carpet cleaner was, and, she sold me these carpets.
It's a terrible moment, Cyril, when a woman has to face the truth about her fiancé. All these years and I never realised you were a secret pervert.
I'm telling you, Glenys, them books was not for my personal perusal.
They was locked in your wardrobe.
Yes, yes, but as you know, so was 1 dozen genuine imitation crocodile skin ladies' handbags. I mean, you're not accusing me of having them for my personal use, are you?
I don't know what to think anymore, Cyril. I look back over the years and all sorts of little things that puzzle me sort of fall into place.
What do you mean, little things? Such as what?
Such as that time you used my overnight formula for skin beauty. My avocado facial scrub. Wouldn't have been so bad if it was your face you'd used it on.
You're not still rollicking still over them dirty books, are you, Glenys?
I'm entitled, Mr. Stanley. There's many a one would refuse to entertain managed to a man with a suitcase full of that in his wardrobe.
Yeah, you're right, Glenn. I'm tired of the deception, the pretending. It's time I came out the airing cupboard, as they say. And if you decide you must end our engagement, well, Glenn, I will understand.
Well, since you have made a clean breast of it, Cyril, and since you did bring them 2 carpets home last night, it shows me you're out trying to get the furnishings together for our own place. Well, I'll forgive you. But you get them books out the house, Cyril.
OK. But it won't be easy. I mean, nobody goes to that Victorian-style adult reading no more.
Oh, I don't know. That one you lent me, The Love Slaves of the Amazon Queen. I passed it on to Faye behind the bar there. Certainly got her going.
Is that right? What happened, Mr. Stanley?
Well, and this must go no further. And that includes you, Nigel. Just keep it shut for once. Do you know that Arthur Pollard what comes in here?
Little bloke, 5 foot nothing, always wears a flat cap.
I found out this morning Faye's had him chained up in that stockroom behind the bar there this last 3 days, keeping him as a love slave. I wouldn't care, but she's been feeding him on my steak and kidney pies.
What did you do, Mr. Stanley?
Oh, I told her straight. From now on, she keeps a full record of every pie he eats, and the cost comes off her wages.
Poor old Faye. She must be desperate to get a bloke.
Oh, she was a looker in her time, was Faye. Of course, I'm going back 30 years now. But in them days, she had a pair of peerless globes, they say.
Oh!
Cyril, go on, ask me. Who has cracked the problem of selling our carpet cleaner?
Great, Wes.
Come to me. Just when I was leaving the second house that I'd called her.
You what? The second? You set out 8 hours ago.
I know, but that's why I got to thinking, you see, there's got to be an easier way than this. And then it come to me, the answer. From now on, I am going to make the housewives come to me.
Oh, blimey, Wes, I know you pride yourself on being fit.
No. You know the way they have these Tupperware parties and cosmetic parties? Well, we are going to have a carpet cleaning party. I've told me, Mum. She's going round the flats with the invites.
Clever thinking, Wesley.
Thanks, Mr. Stanley. I thought that myself. I thought this is the finest brainwave since the invention of the wheel.
Who did invent that, Mr. Stanley?
Oh, it's hard to say, Glynis. A lot of blokes have claimed credit for it. That's human nature for you. Success has 100 proud fathers. That reminds me, Cyril. Time for your singing spot.
You remember Wes and Cyril, don't you, Mrs. Medlock?
Oh, aye. Just remind me, which is the one that's simple?
She must mean Cyril.
I hate that, Glynis.
Cyril's not simple, really, Mrs. Medlock. It's all a misunderstanding, that. You see, when they had the intelligence tests at school, our Cyril copied off the lad sitting next to him. Now, he was simple. Could happen to anybody, that.
It's all coming back to me. I remember the midwife telling you that you'd never raise him.
Ah, well, he was premature, you know. Me and Cyril's dad had only been married 6 weeks when he was born.
Well, I think you should get a medal, bringing them two up on your own. And I bet when you look at them now, you'll wonder why you bothered.
Where does me man find these deadheads?
You what? This is your upper crust, Cyril. The high society, the flats, 8th floor and upwards only.
Cup of tea, Mr. Larwood.
Doctor said I had to have whiskey. He said I get as much of that down me as I could.
This is a carpet cleaning party, not Mick Jagger's wedding.
Have some pie. Steak and kidney on your left, meat and potato on your right.
I'm vegetarian.
Oh, you'd be all right with meat and potato. Lou Cockatoo, meat and potatoes and near vegetarians makes no difference.
Come on, Cyril, let's give it a whirl. Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our carpet cleaning party. We are now going to demonstrate our new wonder product, carpet cleaner, which the Apollo astronauts took with them on their first moon landing.
What's the point of taking carpet cleaner to the moon?
An accident, son. That is often the way science makes its most spectacular advances.
I thought we was going to be watching video nasties.
I told you, Mrs. Medlock, when I called at your flat. I said it's going to be a carpet cleaning party.
I know that's what you said, but I thought we was going to see video nasties.
This amazing miracle product will shift all stains. Understains, overstains, stains that start under and turn over.
Will it shift whiskey stains?
Certainly.
I'd like to see that proved. Get some whiskey.
It will even shift your ground-in dirt.
How about ground in pie?
You can go off people, you know.
The Dreadnought Miracle Carpet Cleaner, ladies and gentlemen. Easy to use. As the surgeon said to Boy George, all you need is 2 simple operations. in this case, brush on, brush off.
Does it kill insects?
Absolutely.
It's wrong in my view. I don't hold with any killing.
My brother was exaggerating slightly. What it actually does to the insects is humanely paralyse them from the waist down, thus preventing them from reproducing.
It's wrong to interfere with a cycle of nature.
I'll interfere with your cycle of nature in a minute, son, with particular reference to your puncture outfit.
It does more than just clean. It also brings up the carpet texture.
Yeah, does wonders for the pile.
Pardon?
Pile!
Oh, I must suffer a bit then.
That's valuable stuff you're swigging there. But, ladies and gentlemen, as a special offer to the dwellers in the flats, just 99p a bottle.
That's charming, isn't it? Charming. They swill your tea, they eat your pies. Pies, I went to all the trouble of sweeping off the stage of the Blue Cockatoo following my act.
Yeah, as soon as you mention Dosh, Shazam. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's the neighbours belting for the exit.
I could have told you you'd do no good as soon as I saw who turned up. I mean, out of that lot, there's only 2 of them got carpets in the first place.
This is the plan. We go back to the street where you got lucky, and this time I try the house where you know.
Do not sell her a bottle, Cyril. She's already got one.
Who cares? The thing is, Wes, I need the excitement.
Well, you got Glennis, haven't you?
And that's another thing. Why have I always been the unlucky one in this family? Because... Oh, God!
What's the matter?
Shh! It's dodgy, Dennis. Andy's on foot. No sign of the minx who sold him.
So, who cares? Can't ask for his money back, can he? Because he never give you none.
Yeah, that's true. Now, in the first place, Dennis, that minx was OK when it left here. In the second place, you were told there was no warranty. And in the third place, you never paid for it in the first place.
Who's complaining? Am I complaining?
Oh, so the minx is still going then?
Well, no, as a matter of fact, it packed up about 10 minutes after I drove out of here. Anyway, I went and got me dad and he helped me push it home.
How was your dad?
He ruptured himself pushing the minx, didn't he? And I've had to lend him the money to buy a truss while he waits for his operation. But I'm not complaining.
Why not?
Well, I must admit I was a weeny bit irritated for a minute. But then I had a thought. I raffled the minx.
How can you raffle a car that won't go?
Well, I didn't tell him that when I sold the raffle tickets. Only 10 quid a piece. A 1 in 10 chance of winning a great car for 10 quid. I went round the clubs last Friday night.
And did you sell any tickets?
Oh, yeah, all of them.
But blimey, Dennis, didn't nobody complain?
Well, only the bloke who won. He complained bitter when he saw the car. Anyway, gave him his tenner back and everybody's happy.
Hang on. You sold 10 tickets at... So you've cleared £90.
And I've still got the minx. I'm raffling it again, as a matter of fact. Oh, do you want to buy a ticket, Cyril? Only a tenner, and you've got a great chance of winning.
Yeah, all right. Number 2, not.
Hey, and another thing, Dennis, you might not be complaining, but we are. Them dirty books you swap for our minx, they're no good, they're useless, they're dead old-fashioned.
Look, lads, if you're not happy, because I hate to see a punter unhappy. My motto is, a happy punter is a regular punter. So, tell you what I'll do, I'll buy 'em back off you. 20 quid.
You're on?
You're on.
Right, I'll get these home then. Should be safe enough now.
How do you mean, safe?
Scuffers raided our house last night looking for these. They fell off the back of a Rolls in Manchester, worth a couple of thou in the right circles. Anyway, like I say, I can take them home now. Scuffers will not bother me twice.
Hey, suppose we sold them, mate. Suppose we sold them.
I knew there wasn't much risk of that, Cyril. Oh, and thanks for minding them for me.
He's bloody brilliant, that Dodgy Dennis. You know something? He ought to be running this country.
Cyril, what makes you so sure he isn't running this country?
You really swear by this as your mother and young lady routine?
Never fails with the bored housewife past the first flush. Makes her feel young again.
OK. Are you sure?
Positive?
Hello, young lady. Is your mother in?